All right, welcome back. Michael Kittinger with Fractal-CRM. So in this video, I want to walk you through how you can um, test a payment funnel, test payments to make sure everything is working correctly. So let's go into our kind of test funnel here. And so actually, let me back up just to make sure. We're going to go to payments. We're going to come up here to products. This one's not. This one's not integrated. I'll still walk you through. So we'll come up here to products. Okay, so there is a test product. I was worried there wasn't a product in there. So you'll want to come up here and you can create your product, what type it is. You can do what the statement descriptor will look like. Is it a one-time? Is it recurring? Is it unlocking a membership site? You can also do, for instance, like if it's recurring, monthly, daily, yearly, etc. You can set up so there's a trial period. So let's say you want, a 14-day trial period, and then you want it to bill monthly for 3 months. Sometimes you'll have a setup fee. So this may be, $1,500 setup fee, and then I don't know, $97 a month for the next 3 months. So easy to set up products, but you can also set up coupons. There's tax settings, and then integrations takes you here where you can use authorize.net, PayPal, or Stripe. Typically recommend Stripe, especially if you're US based. It's just the easiest, most integrated. Authorize.net we just added, but it does allow you to use that as well. But let me kind of walk you through here what this looks like. So if we come to our test funnel, which is probably starting to look a bit like a mess at this point. Let me just kind of clean some of this stuff out. Okay. So what we can do is add an element, and we can add a two-step order form or a one-step order form. So if you're not familiar with what that is, a one-step order form is literally just one step. Information up top, credit card at the bottom, complete order. The advantages of that, it's straightforward, simple. Disadvantage is you don't capture them as a lead if they fill out the step one without filling out the payment. So you can't do like an abandoned cart, where you can if you use the two-step. So not right. There's no right or wrong. It's just really what's your, whatever your preference is. With this, when they go, you can have it set up so when they fill out the first part, it captures them as a lead, and so that way, if they don't end up purchasing, you can do a whole follow-up sequence and everything. So in here, just kind of going through some of the stuff that you can do. If we come up to the top, so this will show you step one. If you go to step two, it'll show you step two. So maybe you don't want shipping, you just want contact info, and if you just delete it, you'll see here in a second, it'll bump that up. We'll hide the company name. We'll do full name, email address, phone number. We do want to capture that. If not, you can do hide phone number and it'll just hide it. So we'll do show phone number. Let's say we're doing international, so we could do country picker. If you're just working with, for instance, UPS, the US, you can turn off country picker. Show shipping. If you're not shipping, boom, we're just going to turn that off. And then we can go to step two. We respect your privacy. So cart mode, real quick, cart mode is more like a shopping cart or like an Amazon. So you're with cart mode on, you're able to select quantity. So if you're selling, especially like a physical product or something like that, a book, you could do cart mode. So somebody could order, multiple quantities. I'm going to turn that off. You can also show or hide product description. I'll go ahead and turn that off. Do we want an order bump? Sure, why not? Oh, I haven't set up any products as an order bump, so never mind. But basically, if I did, it would show up as an order bump. So a bright yellow box that says, special, special offer right here only kind of thing. Do we want to enable coupons? Turn them off. Um, so we can validate emails as well. Validate disposable emails, just so we know it's a valid email. So there's a number of things we can do. So then we had contact info there. So we'll put payment info and we'll just delete that. And we'll do edit contact details. So it goes back. And then we have item price. We can do item quantity, etc. Amount. So you can kind of play around with some of that. Complete order, 100%. So postal code basically adds the postal code to the credit card. And then, so again, if we added cart mode, they'd be able to really change the quantity and different things. All that remains the same. So, okay. So if we do, let me come back here real quick down here. So complete order, we're going to have it go to the next step, but you could have it go to a specific website, or you could choose whatever step you wanted to. So I'm just going to do next step, and I'll show you what this looks like, and then we'll click save. Now, in fairness, this may not work because this account is our dummy account and it's not actually integrated with anything. But I'll kind of still walk you through what some of this could look like. All right, so this is going to be our thank you page. So let me just build this out real quick. Thank you for your purchase. That. And then what we can do is we can do order confirmation. Confirmation. And we will skip that over. We're gonna do some padding at the top. We'll do that. Like that. And we'll just do some margin up here and some margin down there. Perfect. Okay. Now let's go back here. Whoop. Stay. Okay, so I'll show you what this looks like. Again, this probably won't work because one, there's no domain. Two, there's no there's no payment processor actually connected to this account, but I'll just kind of walk you through what that looks like. Michael at Fractal-CRM.com. 205-555-1234. And so we'll go to next step. So you can see here, we're not able to adjust the quantity because we have cart mode off. Apparently it's $1. No payment method is there. So let me do this. Let me pause it. I'll actually set it up and I'll be right back. Okay, so I integrated my Stripe. So you can set up to enable Google Pay and Apple Pay. But now if we come back, let's see, hopefully this will work even though there's no domain. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I want to come back here first. So if we're going to test it, come under settings and you see where it says payment mode. We want to just turn this to test. That way it won't actually process it. So there we go. So settings, test mode is where we want. And it'll show you here, this is in test mode. So it shows you in a number of places that this is in test mode. Now, let's go back here. Go to the next step. All right, cool. So it says test mode, right? So with Stripe, if you're integrated with Stripe, and I'll put this underneath the video here, but Stripe's test card is 42424242424242 any date in the future. So we can do 12/26, NEC, whatever that is, 352, and I'll just use my zip code. So complete order. It's testing it. It's going to recognize it as an actual valid Stripe test card. Sometimes it takes a second, and boom, takes you to the next page, the thank you page, which we didn't capture shipping information, which is why that's blank. But you can see product total. So if there were multiple products and everything, that is how the test purchase works. Again, and I'll put the test Stripe card underneath 424242 repeating. The only thing, once you've done testing it, and then if you have any automations or anything set up with it, I'll show you that here in a second. You do want to make sure that you, when you're ready to actually take payments, that you come back in here and make it go live. Otherwise, and click save. Otherwise, it'll just keep testing and won't actually charge people. So now that we have that set up, what we can do is set up an automation, and we can create a new workflow. And I don't think we have one set up necessarily for, yeah. Okay. So we're just going to do from scratch. And this is just going to be a test order purchase. A very simple, straightforward one. So we are going to do order form submission. If you are using Shopify and you have it integrated to Shopify, you can have these. But we're going to do order form submission. And so you can set up different filters. So if you want it just in a specific funnel, so we just want this one because maybe we have multiple, multiple things going on. And so here, what we can do, this is where I was talking about. If you do the two-step, then what you can do is have opt-in. And that means they filled out part one, but they didn't necessarily purchase. So a sell is a normal sell. A bump is the yellow part. That's a order bump on the first page of the order form. And then if you have the upsell would be like the next page in the funnel. You can have a different product, and you can actually have a button or link that's a one-click upsell. So we've already captured their credit card information. When they purchase on the upsell page, they don't have to re-enter their information. They can just click it, and it'll either purchase, or they can then say no thanks, and it'll take them to whatever the next page. So most of the time, just to increase your average order value, your AOV, you typically, if it makes sense, want to add a bump and an upsell. Again, it depends on what kind of product or service you're offering. A bump could be a guide, a template, something like that. And then the upsell on the next page could be, done for you service or something like that. So, so we're just going to do that, and we'll just say it's the normal sell. And so cool. So when somebody orders something, now what we can do is we can send them an email and say, thanks for your purchase, your recent purchase. Trying to think what all we want here, if anything. Yeah. Okay. And so you can send them a text. You can then, do if else, a whole lot of things. But that's how you set up a workflow then to go for the, when they purchase something. So you can fill this out, allow multiple, mark as read, put your name and email there, make sure you publish it, save. So very easy to use. Again, I love Fractal-CRM, obviously. But, it's so much easier than trying to use multiple softwares or ActiveCampaign and a whole bunch of different things. But yeah, so that's how we do it, and pretty simple. And again, I will drop the if you use Stripe, I'll drop their test card information below this video on YouTube here. And as always, if you have any questions in your account when you're on the dashboard, you can click this little icon and shoot us a message. Typically, we reply pretty quickly, unless it's in the evening or something. Then it may be the next morning. But feel free to use that if you need to get in touch with myself or my team. All right, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.